Okay, ma'am. So I have one question. How do you teach online? Like, if someone wants to teach online, so could you give some suggestions how they can initiate this, like, teaching online?
First, you must have experience of teaching. If you don't have experience, if you don't know how to teach, how to deal with the students, because you will not get the same kind of students, you will get the varieties in students. Like some of them are very smart, some of them are very weak. You must know how to deal with them. Then you can teach whatever you want to teach. And whatever you are going to teach, you must have knowledge about that also. If you don't have knowledge, you can't like teach. Everybody can be a good speaker, but a very few people can be a good teacher, right? Hi Nishu, how are you? Welcome to the session.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thanks for accepting my call, and I'm doing great. So, how about you, ma'am?
I'm also doing great. Thanks for asking. Could you please speak louder?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Now it's fine.
Right. Oh, your voice is very low.
Now it's fine.
Yeah.
Am I loud and clear to you?
Yeah, your voice is clear, but it's very low. I
I
don't know
had
what.
checked my. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, let it be. Okay, Nishu. So as we are connecting for the very first time, so could you please introduce yourself?
Of course, ma'am. It would be my pleasure to introduce you myself in front of you. Our connection. My name is Nishu Gupta, and right now I'm talking to you from Punjab. Basically, my hometown in UP, but I'm here in Punjab last 20 years. If I talk about my qualification, I'm a graduated in English literature. Along with that, I'm also holding a certificate of IELTS exam. In my free time, I prefer to interact with people who are good at this language, who are learning this language as well. And sometimes I do dance as well in my free time. So this is about myself.
That's amazing. Okay. So, what do you do now? Are you working anywhere?
No, ma'am, I'm completely free. I'm a jobless, staying at home. So except talking with many people, so this has become my nowadays job.
Mm-hmm. Do you have YouTube channel also? Do you run
Yes,
YouTube?
ma'am, I have a YouTube channel.
Okay, so when did you start YouTube?
I think it has been 1.5 months ever since I have posting my videos on YouTube.
Okay. So what was the motive?
Hmm.
Why did you start your YouTube?
Could you come again? I didn't understand.
I had asked, what was the motive? What was the reason? Why did you start your YouTube channel?
Okay. Actually, I have the interest to make videos of English, and so that people can just learn from my videos. People can watch my videos, and I tried to make my account in 2022. That time I uploaded only one video, and that time I don't know how to do editing and like how to grow my channel, so I stopped. Then recently, I was just scrolling on my YouTube and I come across one video where people were just having a conversational videos. So I thought such kind of videos could be very beneficial if I start making them, right? And I asked from many people that how can I start my videos so that other can people also connect with me, they can also learn and I can also learn from them. So I started with this motive so that I can learn as well as teach them. So this is how I started my journey in this YouTube.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So which type of changes you can see in you?
Hmm. Okay, so I can figure out one thing that ever since I have started my YouTube channel, I speak confidently, right? I do not stumble. Sometimes I used to fumble, but nowadays I'm not fumbling. And secondly, I can say I'm also enhancing my vocabulary because most of the time I create my short videos. So in this way, I am extending my vocabulary.
Wow, that's good. So
Yes,
while
ma'am.
learning
So,
English,
ma'am, I want to know, could you introduce yourself so that I could also learn about you?
As you know, my name is Mansi Gola. I hail from Delhi. If I talk about my profession, so by profession, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher of English. It's been 14 years. I have been teaching English only. Recently, it's been 2 years. I've started teaching online also. I don't teach to the kids, to the students. I teach to the homemakers, nurses, bankers. These are my students
Okay, okay, okay. So where do you conduct your like online classes on Zoom application
on Google Meet.
on Google Meet? So I have one question. When you started your YouTube, so then people started approaching you in terms of learning, or you had some other circle where people approach you.
People approach me on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am. I have seen your profile on your YouTube where your stock has invited you. That's why I showed interest to interact with you. I tried to access first time, but due to some maybe network problem, I was not able to continue our conversation. And finally, I am talking to you right now.
Uh,
Okay, ma'am. So I have one question. How do you teach online? If someone wants to teach online, so could you give some suggestions how they can initiate this, like teaching online?
First, you must have experience of teaching. If you don't have experience, if you don't know how to teach, how to deal with the students, because you will not get the same kind of students, you will get the varieties in students. Like some of them are very smart, some of them are very weak. You must know how to deal with them. Then you can teach whatever you want to teach. And whatever you are going to teach, you must have knowledge about that also. If you don't have knowledge, you can't like teach in a good way.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I totally agree with you. Without having a proper knowledge, so
Okay. After coming on YouTube, there are so many YouTubers, they want to start teaching profession. But if you don't know how to teach, speaking and teaching, they both are different things, you know. So the people they know better English, it's not necessary they can teach also. If you can teach, it's not necessary that you can speak better English. So these two things are totally different. We can see the changes in a school also. There are so many schools where English teacher also can't speak English fluently. They also fumble. They also stuck so many times. So it depends upon upon you also, and upon your interest also, and upon your environment also. Which type of environment, which type of friend circle you have. So yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
you are absolutely right. Teaching requires many skills, right? Like having a good skill of like speaking does not sufficient, right? In terms of teaching, you must have a vast of knowledge. You must have a confidence, right? You
Mhm.
must how to deal with students. The most
There is
important
a
thing,
saying,
like
there
how
is a
to
saying,
deal with them, because
there,
students are different, like their perspectives are different. Sometimes they are so obstinate, right? They believe something else and you believe something else. So in this way, like if you have the capability to understand, so you are a good
that
teacher. Because every student has a different way of learning, right? So if we know how we can teach them, so that is well and good. Because I also taught in government school for a couple of months, but it was very difficult because students they were quite stubborn. They were very nil, I can say, because it was a government school, so they had no interest in studying. All the time just playing, playing, playing. Somehow
if
I just tried to
they
develop
don't
the
have
interest in study.
if they don't have interest, so if teacher is good, then they can boost their confidence, they can boost their interest also to learn anything, to do study also. If a teacher is not good, sometimes they don't take interest to learn anything.
Yes,
If that children, like if that child is not interesting in learning anything, but because of that teacher, now that the student take interest to learn that. You know, there is a one saying that everybody can be a good speaker, but a very few people can be a good teacher, right? So it's
yes,
not an easy
because it
task to
requires
be
many
a teacher.
things. Yeah,
Yeah,
because one teacher can change students' life, right? If teacher does not have a sufficient knowledge about respective subject, so how we can expect that a student will do better in her studies,
yes,
right?
very
So
true,
for
very
that, teacher must have a vast knowledge about their subject. They must have a some interesting like method to retain their interest in study. Like fun
true.
is really important when
Yes,
you are teaching students, because without fun they feel monotonous. If you're teaching them with fun and a study combination, so they will enjoy the concept and easily they will understand.
very true. And people think like I can speak English, then I should start teaching also. But it is not good. If you have no interest in teaching, then how would you teach to others if you don't know
Yeah.
the method of teaching, if you don't know how to deal, if you don't know how to like teach in a decent way, then how you are going to teach them? You're not going to be a good teacher in this way. So you must have interest to teach others, then you can do better. Hmm.
Yeah, not only knowledge, but other factors like you must have a soft heart, like how to deal with students. Because sometimes the
Ah,
students they do not understand only punishment language. They also understand the love language. If you are soft-hearted person, if you have an interest in this teaching, so you must go for that, right? Because if you ask me, I have a huge interest in teaching, right? That's why I used to teach in a like a school as well. And even I started teaching in a park. You would not believe, that time I was quite interested. And some students who were begging at the like a footpath. And one day one girl, she was saying that I want to go to school, but my parents, they are not allowing me to go. And even my other friends are also interested, but we are compelled to beg for money. That time I decided that how long I will stay here. Maybe 2 to 3 months. Like I was doing a job over there, right? So I stayed over 2 to 3 months. So I started that I would give you books, pens, everything I will give from my side. But you have to do on it, like you have to come every day, right? I will teach you at least 1 hour every
hmm.
single day in a public, like a park, right? So if you have an interest, like you can start teaching anywhere. Like I had an interest, I have still interest to teach, so I started teaching that beggar, like underprivileged students, right? So teaching is not something that people consider it's very like boring or not. It's a very interesting job if you start like feeling blessed. If you are really
So
feel like yes, something can bring in your life, that is teaching real happiness maybe in my life.
I also would teach in a NGO. There were I used to get so many students, poor students, those who are not going to school, those who are begging somewhere, those who are like spending time on roads, like on roadside. So I used to teach those type of students. So I also
Yes,
have
ma'am.
experience of NGOs. I worked over there like I think 4 to 5 years. I worked into that NGO. Yeah, this is very like if you have interest to teach, to deal with children, then you can do only. Otherwise, you are not going to do good things. Mhm.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Because no, dealing with children is not cup of tea for everybody, right? You need lot of patience. You
yeah.
you have a tolerance power. Like they are such a mischievous, so you have to tolerate their mischievousness sometimes.
You
So it
can
is
you
not
deal
easy task.
student. You know you can deal easily with the
Ma'am,
small
your voice is
children. I'm
ma'am, can you check your volume first time, like one time?
now.
Yeah, sometimes your voice is very low, so
I think
uh,
network
it
issues
is
there. I think network issues there. I'm telling you
might
can
be
deal
network
with
issues.
students who are students. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, sorry, I may not continue because I'm not able to listen you properly.
Okay, Nishu, it was a nice session with you. We'll reconnect again very soon. Bye bye.
Yes,
Take
ma'am,
care.
we will
Have a good
connect
day.
again.
Yes,
Yeah, thank
yes.
you so
Okay,
much,
bye
ma'am,
bye.
for giving your precious time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.